Today we're diving into 6 anime where the main character doesn't just reincarnate for vibes, they come back basically as a god. Power levels off the charts, worlds trembling, and villains regretting life choices. Let's break down the chaos. Kicking off with number 6, The God of High School. Now look, The God of High School is one of those anime that starts like, hey guys, welcome to a cool little tournament arc, and then suddenly the plot jumps out a window and starts sprinting at divine speed. Jin Mori pulls up looking like a goofy martial arts prodigy, raw hands, stretchy legs, zero worries. But halfway through the show, boom, surprise, he's literally a god. And not just any god, a celestial being who wakes up like, who touched my friends? Who wants smoke today? The wildest part is how the anime pretends it's about martial arts, but by the end, people are throwing around heavenly weapons like they're on Black Friday discount. And don't get me started on the villains. They show up all confident until Mori taps into his real form. Then suddenly they're doing emotional math and trying to survive the next 10 seconds. I'll keep it real. The pacing is about as chaotic as a Wi-Fi connection during a storm, but when the fights hit, they hit. Flashy animation, insane choreography, and Mori bringing that I'm not from around here energy. It's messy, but beautiful messy. And honestly, it sets the perfect tone for this list of god-tier reincarnations. Sliding to number 5, Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skill. Okay, so hear me out. This anime is proof that you don't need a legendary sword or ancient prophecy to live like a god. Sometimes all you need is a portable shopping app and a massive magical glutton for a pet. Mukuda literally gets isekai'd by mistake. He wasn't even the chosen hero. He just got caught in the group teleport like someone walking into the wrong Zoom meeting. And yet somehow, his cooking skills become the most overpowered force in the entire kingdom. You know, an MC is basically divine when dragons, wolves, spirits, and mythical beings line up like they're waiting for a food sample at Costco. And Fell, that oversized legendary beast, acts like he's the boss, but melts the second Mukuda starts frying anything. Bro could cook instant noodles and angels would descend. What makes this anime funny is that Mukuda has zero interest in heroism. World in danger? Cool, but is the seasoning right? Kingdom politics? Nah, he's worried about the next meal. And somehow the universe bends around his vibe. Monsters fear him, nobles admire him, and even gods show up asking for snacks like greedy relatives during festivals. It's wholesome, hilarious, and quietly flexes divine-level influence without once shouting, I am a god. That's the true cheat skill. Sliding into number 4, Reincarnated as the strongest exorcist in another world. This one is about a guy who said, if the world won't appreciate me, I'll just reincarnate and become unstoppable. Seika, formerly the strongest exorcist in his original life, gets betrayed by his own people, because apparently competence is a crime now. Reborn in a new world, he keeps all his knowledge, all his techniques, and all his don't play with me energy. But here's the twist. The magic system in this new world is way weaker than what he used before. So he immediately becomes a walking nuke. The funniest part is how he keeps downplaying his abilities. He'll obliterate a monster the size of a building and say, oh, that was just a basic spell. Sir, please, you're bending reality like it owes you rent. Everyone around him is constantly shocked, confused, or terrified, sometimes all three at once. Then there's the political drama, the suspicious nobles, and the creepy monsters, all of whom underestimate him every single time. And each episode basically becomes a highlight reel of Seika pretending to be humble while casually rewriting the laws of nature. It's satisfying, has great world building, and the Exorcist-style powers make him feel like a god who clocks in for work with a sigh, but still dominates everyone in his path. Landing on number 3, Death March to the Parallel World, Rhapsody. Now this anime is what happens when a stressed game developer takes a quick nap and accidentally reincarnates into his own fantasy RPG with more abilities than he knows what to do with. Satu wakes up in a world that looks suspiciously like his workload, except now he's got cheat skills, infinite inventory, and the kind of stats that make every monster around him consider early retirement. What makes Satu funny is how calm he is. He'll get swarmed by a demon army, casually clicks one button, and suddenly the battlefield is cleaner than a freshly mopped floor. And he still apologizes like, oops, my bad. Brother, you just wiped out an entire threat to civilization. And then there's the traveling party. Loyal companions, adorable chaos gremlins, and characters who follow Sato like he's the universe's final DLC. Meanwhile, Sato keeps insisting he's a normal guy. Please, you're basically a god with a user interface. The world building is fun, the tone is light, and the story leans hard into the overpowered but humble trope. But trust me, number 3, it'll mess with your head in the best way possible. Sato's power ceiling isn't even a ceiling, it's outer space. Looking at number 2, how not to summon a demon lord. Diablo walks into the Isekai world like it's a PvP lobby he fully intends to dominate. Originally a shut-in gamer, he ends up inside his own MMO avatar, the demon lord himself, complete with spells that basically violate human rights. The guy is so overpowered that even his basic attacks feel illegal. The fun part is the contrast. On the outside, he's this brooding, all-powerful demon monarch with enough aura to send kingdoms into panic mode. But inside, he's socially anxious and panicking every 5 minutes. Every conversation is a boss battle he didn't prepare for. Meanwhile, everyone else thinks he's this unstoppable god whose silence must mean deep wisdom, when really, he's just buffering. The anime goes all in on the comedy, the fan service, the fantasy world politics, and the whole accidentally gaining followers who worship you dynamic. Diablo's spells are so broken, the game developers would have been sued in real life. Villains show up acting tough, then Diablo hits them with one move that deletes their pride, career, and aspirations. What's great is that Diablo's journey isn't about becoming strong. He already is. It's about figuring out how to be a person while the world begs him to act like the god-tier menace he looks like. Beautiful chaos. Finishing strong with number 1, Mushoku Tensei, jobless reincarnation. Let's be honest, Mushoku Tensei didn't just reinvent the reincarnation genre. It grabbed it by the neck and said, evolve. Rudius starts as a deeply flawed person, gets a second chance, and reincarnates with magical talent so absurd that even prodigies look like side characters in his story. But the beauty here is how the show balances godlike potential with painfully human growth. Rudius becomes a legend in the making. Insane mana pool, advanced spells, talent for learning, and the kind of adaptability that makes him feel like Destiny's favorite child. But he also struggles, fails, learns, cries, gets humbled, rebuilds, and rises again. And that's what sets this apart. It's not just overpowered energy, it's storytelling with layers. The world building is on another level. Every region, culture, and character feels alive. The magic system is deep enough to feel real, and Rudius pushes it so far, he basically breaks the rules of the world. By the time he's shaping the future, solving ancient mysteries, and taking part in world-shaking events, you can't deny he's grown into a godlike existence, both in skill and influence. It's emotional, hilarious, controversial, inspiring, and unforgettable. A reincarnation journey with real weight behind every decision. And that wraps up our dive into anime, where reincarnation doesn't just mean a second life. It means god-tier chaos. Let me know which one hits your top spot or if I missed a favorite. Drop a comment, smash the like button, and subscribe for more anime breakdowns every week. See you in the next one.